Hi everybody, welcome to Reality Buzz TV. Please make sure that you like the video and share it with your friends. And if you see the adverts on this video, please watch some. So you guys listen, I did feel like I didn't do justice to that last scene, when it comes to Real Housewives of Durban episode 4. When they were they were at Jojo's house. Okay, they were going to see Jojo's house, guys, beautiful house. Okay, apparently the house has its own Instagram page. Okay, we've seen it before. She was showing everybody her house, and it was the hoedown. When they're riding the electrical bull, that's what it's called. Okay, so from everything, you guys, that happened on the scene, I think the night, it wasn't the night, it was during the day was fine. They're playing some fun games, and everybody is happy. But what in the Inkandla was Duduzane doing there? Duduzane was at Jojo's event, and I think he came with Nonku. And then I'm like, yeah, see, there's been quite a few times where Duduzane has been seen with Nonku. I'm like, what the hell is happening here? Okay. And I'm like, hey, maybe that's why Nonku didn't like last week because, she was like, how can you get to the Inkandla before I get to the Inkandla? Okay. And I'm wondering what's happening between the two of them, you guys. Okay. Abantshontshane. Abaphani. Hey, you never know, but it was so random. Duduzane was there, you guys. He didn't do much, he didn't say much, he was just introduced, and that was it, you guys. And it was weird because it was the ladies' event. I guess there were a few guys there, but I was like, okay, maybe we need to, keep this information for Umkosi later on that the Duduzane was there with Nonku. Anyway, the event goes well, you guys. Finally, they decide they're going to have drinks, and so they sit down now and they start talking. By the way, Sorisha came to the event, but she left early. She said she has some family thing. But you know what? There was no family thing, okay? There was no family thing. She had done enough work to make sure that everybody was armed with all the information that they needed to come for Zama, and she did not want to be part of the mess because I do believe Uncle Vivian last season was like, what the hell are you doing on this show? This is not what you're supposed to do, because she was a little bit messy. So I think this season she's going to be that mama that throws a bomb and hides her hand when it comes to Real Housewives of Sorisha. She wants to seem like or look like she's innocent when she's not. She's being very messy, you guys. So now Annie arrives, you guys. Of course, we didn't expect her, but then I was like, oh, I guess they made up with Jojo. She arrives, and she's like, listen, they don't deserve my presence. And I'm like, girl, you don't deserve us watching you on TV. You don't deserve a Showmax subscription fee, okay? I don't know why she was acting all high and mighty. I'm like, you don't deserve a subscription fee. Move away, okay? We want to watch the newbies here. Can we watch the real cast now, okay? They even gave her a diary session. And I'm like, listen, why are you wasting our time here? Do you understand the 35 rand we pay for Showmax? In this economy, you're going to show us any acting all high and mighty. I'm like, hi, man, move away. Can we see Amy, Zama, and Angel? Because it seems like those are the only employees that go Real Housewives this this season. Anyway, you guys. So, fine, they finally sit down, and then Jojo starts the event. Jojo is messy. And the thing about Jojo is that, once they start coming for her, she's going to cry. You will see. Before the season is over, she's going to cry because eventually Zama is going to come for her. And then get Jojo's acting all, innocent. Listen, you guys, I just want us to have a talk in the spirit of moving on, you guys. So Jojo is claiming that she did not send the question, like everybody was asked to send the question. She did not send the question to to Zama for the event, and she did not want to do it. And apparently somebody, guys, not only is the cast coming for Zama, but I also think that the crew is coming for Zama, because somebody must have told Jojo that, listen, Zama thinks we should force you to send the questions, because she says that she was told that Zama said, why was she not forced to send the question like everybody else? Because of course, Jojo is like a privileged young little girl, okay? If she doesn't want to do something, she doesn't do it on Real Houses. While others are being asked to do something and they do it, and she's gonna be like, I don't want to do it. She says she's sick of the game. And I'm like, guys, listen, you guys, Zama is not my favorite person, but let's not be playing with Zama, because that game was not designed by Zama. That game has been on Housewives for years, okay? That game has been played on Housewives for years. Now, how are you sick of the game because now the game is being played at Zama's event? Does that even make sense, okay? I don't like Zama, but I will defend Zama there. How are you sick of the game that you came? It's like coming to, you get a job and be like, people have been there working for a long time, and then like on your second day of being at work and be like, you know what, I don't like where these offices are. That is the church. And then you blame the employee that came after you to be like, I think it's your fault that we work in these dingy offices here. I'm like, no, okay. So she's like, oh, okay, I don't like the game that we had to play. And also, why did I have to be forced to send the question? Because they told me, you said, I should have been forced to send the question. We're not kids. So if I don't want to do something, I don't want to do something. I'm like, yeah, Judge, I guess you really haven't had many jobs, because you can't be forced to do something when you work. When you are at work, you can't be forced to do something if it's part of your job, which is others understood very clearly. That's why they did send those questions, I guess. Jojo knows nothing about, being employed. She's like, we are adults here. We don't have to be. Yes, you can be. Okay. So you guys, and now, Zama says that she thought everything was settled, because I think after her party, there were conversations that took place and that we did not see. I guess people did express how they felt about the game and all of that. I guess there were apologies exchanged, and then she says she thought it was settled, okay? And now she's shocked. So what is Jojo trying to achieve by now bringing things up? Because now Jojo is talking about the Angel thing. I think you don't like Angel, but I think that, you should tell Angel what you need to tell Angel. I feel like Jojo is right in saying, listen, if you have things to say to this person, you can say it to them. They are right here. But I do feel like when the conversations were taking place, when Zama was calling Jojo, Nonku, Usli, how come none of them said that to her? They waited until they were at the table. Listen, if Angel doesn't say this, then she must not be very intelligent. She must not be very smart, okay? Because you must be able to say, be like, ngempela, okay? But one thing you need to think about the person that's delivering the message to you. Number one, what is the goal? Okay, what are they hoping for when they tell me, Number two, what did they say? Because the problem with people bringing gossip to you is that they never say what they said during that, that gossip. So now, Zama now, I guess everybody is trying to hold Zama accountable, but nobody's holding themselves accountable. Because listen, you guys, the fact that everybody knows, if Zama called Usli, called Nonku, called Jojo, and talked about Angel, and everybody at the table understood and knew Zama had called all of them, that means they also have certain gossip about this whole thing. And actually, they plan to come here and confront Zama. There was a place where they were all together, or maybe on the phone, and they discussed it. And also, they were also gossiping, you guys. So now, Angel, of course, has to defend herself, because the claim is that she doesn't own her businesses. And I think I did speak about that, you guys, on my live. She doesn't own her businesses. Her parents own businesses. She drives an old car, all of that. She says, I'm not going to buy a car just for clicks and whatever. Even though we do know that influencers do that. But, So, listen, you guys, I do feel like, Usli, I'm like, listen, I'm trying to figure you out this season, because I do feel like she is shady. I feel like I was disappointed that Usli jumped on the bus of coming for Zama, the gang up against Zama. I was disappointed that Usli jumped on that because of what she went through last season, okay? And Usli, she's like, I guess she is in the mess, but she doesn't want it to look like she's in the mess, because she's like, listen, Zama did call me, but it's not like whatever it is that she was saying was directed at your parents. She was just saying that, you don't own the businesses belong to your parents, okay? I'm like, she says, I wasn't going to say it, but there's no point in saying to somebody, I wasn't going to say something if you are saying it. You are saying it. Anyway, you guys, then, so Zama ends up admitting, but you know what, I did speak to Usli, I did call Usli, that I remember, okay? I remember calling Usli and telling her. I don't remember calling the others. And then Nonku is like, no, but babes, you called me too. And then it's like, oh yeah, I called you too. And you also said, because Zama's complaint now is like, guys, but why does it look like now I'm calling everybody and I'm speaking all by myself? I'm speaking to myself. Nobody's saying anything. So she says, Nonku, but you said that she doesn't know anything about construction. That is when Nonku actually denies saying that. And then, but we all know she said it because we saw it in one of the episodes, you guys. Listen, now everybody takes a chance to come for Zama. I understand Angel. I understand Amy, I guess, because Amy, they did ask that question about her faking the hijacking. And I feel like the whole group went and investigated Uzama, and they came with information and gave it to Amy and Angel to use against Zama. That's why I was saying last, even like my title on my video was that the newbies are actually very naive, because I do feel like they are being shortward by the OGs, who are taking a back seat in the mess, because they always want to look like they don't come for each other. Not so long ago, not even so long ago, in the same episode, Jojo is sitting with Sorisha and being like, listen, I hate this thing of us pretending to be supportive to each other, but then when the opportunity comes to come for each other, we come for each other. Just in the same episode, she was saying that, but then in the next scene, she's the one that is coming for the woman, okay? She's like, she gathered everybody so that they can come for Zama, you guys. Listen, Zama's seat was very hot this episode. I don't want to lie. I don't think she expected it, because she had no comebacks whatsoever, okay? But I was glad that she was able to keep calm in that situation. Now, you guys, Amy said she investigated Zama and found out Zama was fired from Okozi FM. I'm like, but is that really like information that is like, guys, like, tell me one DJ that hasn't been fired from a radio station. Tell me one DJ, radio DJ that has been fired from a. I always say, with Kandi, how does it work at radio stations? They just always get fired, and then they get rehired, they get fired. But I did go and check on Uzama, you guys. Yes, she did leave Ukozi FM. Apparently, there was a time where she used to do a children's show on Ukozi FM. They said she was fired because, and I laughed when I was reading it, because it has to do with the age thing. And she got fired because she was telling the kids, on Lucas FM, they've got these shows where the kids would call in, hello, auntie, those shows. Yes, she was doing one of those shows, but she told the children that they must not call her auntie, okay? I'm like, God, what about auntie? Lana was 40 man. You've been turning 40 for 3 years now. So she got backlash when she would say the kids must not call her auntie. But you guys, I don't know if there was a reason that she got fired. There was also one report that alleges that she used to look down on people at the station. So I don't know. But she did get fired from the radio station. I do feel like it's not a strange thing, guys. DJs get fired all the time. And now Amy says that she knows who Zama is sleeping with right now. Okay, I was like, listen, I don't know what's happening with Zama, because there's a picture of her with some man on social media that they say is her husband. So I don't know if she later on got divorced. I have to go back and watch episode 1. If when she was introducing herself, she did explain the relationship situation. Amy says, I know who you are sleeping with right now. And I'm like, she's 40, okay? She could be sleeping with Duduzane for all we care, okay? Unless that man is a man. I'm like, Amy, the day that you tell us who Zama is sleeping with, I hope it's a married man. I hope it's a big politician. I hope umfundisi or something, because it has to be juicy. You can't be bringing here some cold tea to us on Real Housewives. We don't have time, guys. We pay for Showmax. Our 35 rand is very, very that is very, very expensive for us to be paying 35 rand for you to bring us like cold tea. So I was like, who she's sleeping with? She's 40, okay? I hope she's getting it on, okay? But I'm hoping that the reason you are bringing it in is because of those reasons. It's a big politician, it's umfundisi, or it's a married man. Because if it's none of those, then we are not interested. Okay, she can sleep with whoever. Or maybe it's an RD situation. Okay. So anyway, you guys, I guess that scene is going to be continued, just like last episode where we had when Angel was being called a pathological liar. And then we continue this episode with that scene. It's going to be the same here because they are still going to come for her some more, you guys. Sorisha is getting in the mess, you guys. Sorisha is messy, okay? If you're still sitting there saying Sorisha is so nice, forget it, okay? Next week, she's going to be sitting down with somebody. I think it's someone that used to work with her and Zama. And she's trying to get some information on them. And don't forget, you guys, that Sorisha last season, said she had some information on Nonku not paying certain bills. I feel like Sorisha has a private investigator that investigates everyone in the cast, and then she keeps that information for when they try to come for her, and then, and I feel like that information, when she gets it, she's going to give it to one of the newbies to bring it up. And because they are newbies and they are being naive on this show, they are going to bring it up. Anyway, you guys, that was a sin. But what in the Inkandla was Duduzane doing there? Hey? Maybe boyfriend and Nonku, she's hiding it from us. That's why now she's talking about after stealing money from her. Now she wants to go swim at in Inkandla pool. You remember the swimming pool we paid for? I mean, she might as well go swim, okay? Because, I mean, somebody has to benefit. We can't, we paid for the pool, but we can't swim at that pool at Inkandla. So she might as well, Nonku, please go swim at the pool. So at least we can just see one person swimming at the pool that we paid for. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumegana, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers in Tanda.